A Waterloo Region woman is spreading a message of hope for other families. She was the mother of two teens who dealt with substance abuse. She says she spent years looking for solutions and hiding from the world. She's now sharing her story. When she stopped asking why, a mother's journey through teen substance abuse and the loving path to finding her clarity, courage, and purpose. That is the name of Marcia Van Weinsberg's book. Marcia, thank you for being here today to tell your story. I know that you had a very personal experience that led you to write this book in the first place. Tell me a bit about that.
Yes, I did. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you for having me here today. Our family experienced teen substance abuse when our boys were 12 and 13 years old is when it first entered our home. And we spent many years going back and forth between looking for solutions and hiding from the world, trying to find the balance to fix what was happening. And many people had advice as in, it's a phase, do this, do that, don't do this, do that, that it became so difficult to even think for myself what to do to fix what was going on.
So speaking of fixing, I know one of your messages is you can't fix everything all the time, and I know that's just one of the important messages in this book that you have for other families.
Yes, I am glad you mentioned that, because fixing is not we're not here to fix anyone. I really believe that we're here to lead ourselves and to be the best version of ourselves that we can be, and we spend so much time fixing everything that we cannot control in our lives, yet we spend so little time fixing and controlling what we can, which is ourselves and our own actions.
Right, and you also mentioned how you felt like you were hiding for such a long time, and then eventually you decided that wasn't the way to go. Tell me a bit about that.
It was a long journey, and it was also a quick change in my mind, in that I hid for so long because I was so afraid of what everyone was going to think and say of me, and what kind of mother does not fix the situation, because that's where my mindset was at this time. That I finally, as I started to do a lot of work and realize that there was an enormous amount of people who are hiding and dealing with this, good families, great, like no real issues that would have prompted situations like this, that I realized that I wasn't alone, and there were thousands of us, literally. Then I decided that I wanted to share my story from the perspective as a mother, and the reason I finally did that was I felt that I had made it through almost the most difficult points of the journey, so I felt I was obligated almost to help other families do the same.
And by sharing your story, you are helping other families. What are you trying to communicate to them?
I think letting go of the shame and guilt and blame, because no decision is ever made from guilt. No decision is ever made well from that position, and that we really truly must take care of ourselves and be the best example that we can for our kids. And I think the biggest message is to know that no one's alone, and regardless whether it's my story or another challenging story, in our most difficult times in life, we tend to retreat from the world because we feel like nobody gets us and that we're alone. And it's the complete opposite. We are not alone. None of us are. So I think if we can reach out and support each other more, I think that's when we can make a bigger difference.
And this is, again, a very personal story. You said that through journaling, you were able to put this book together.
Yes, it was basically journaling that I realized a book was forming, and I decided to release it. And what my whole hope was that whether you walked in my shoes or not, that it was almost a plan for how to work through a challenge or adversity in your life.
Right, and you have a website where parents can find some support tools as well.
Yes, it's www.marciavanw.com.
All right, Marcia, thank you very much. The book is called When She Stopped Asking Why. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.